Hello. Hello, everyone who's here already. How's your day been? Hi, MRA. It has been a while. Let me put on the chat so you guys can see what I'm doing. Hi, MRA. It has been a while. I recently moved to a new place and we didn't have fiber. And I struggled a lot with the fiber company, and it took a whole month for my fiber to be installed, but it was finally done yesterday, and I couldn't wait to get back. I actually had some reading sprints this morning. It was really random and just like impromptu, but yeah, it really helped me get my reading done. I managed to finish a beautifully foolish endeavor, and this evening I am picking up A Court of Thorns and Roses. So just let me know what you guys are reading. How's your day been so far? I am good, by the way, Marie. I am good. How are you doing? Hello again, Starula. You're like my number one supporter. You're always in my sprints. I really appreciate it. I read the same book. Oh, I read the same book I read in the morning. Okay, good stuff. It's the one with the Greek mythology that we unfortunately who don't understand any Greek cannot read yet. Hopefully somebody will translate it someday soon. Oh wow, a month. Then congrats, Moo. Thank you so much. Yeah, it took a long time. It took a lot of fighting with a lot of people. And yeah, it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess, but I'm glad it's over and I'm glad I'm sorted out now. This is the reason why I haven't been posting anything on my YouTube either, because data is expensive in South Africa and I'm not gonna be using my own data to upload 1 gig worth of a video on YouTube. That's not gonna happen. But yeah, I'm back now. I've already uploaded 2 videos on my YouTube. For those who haven't seen them yet, be sure to check them out. Give me a thumbs up when you get there. I'm doing good. It's 9 a.m. here, so just starting the day. So for you, these are reading sprints. So you're starting the day really well. That's good. I'll be reading My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I have not heard of that book. I'm going to do a quick Goodreads search. Let's see. My Heart is a Chainsaw. This looks like a thriller. It has 3.8 star rating on Goodreads from 2,300 people who rated it. So, and 981 reviews. Okay. That seems like thriller horror. Okay. I'll keep this one in the back of my mind. Hi, Umpile. Sure. I'm so glad it's all over. It was a mess. This internet thing was a whole mess. What are you reading, Umpile? For anybody who just joined, I'll be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. Earlier today, well, in the morning, when I finished the one book I was reading, I actually had picked up The Mad Women's Ball, but I'm leaving that for during this week. because I'm going to be working away on site and I'm going to be very busy during the day. So I'm trying to get a bulk of this read. I actually realized that I do well if I read my fantasies over the weekend because a lot of fantasies need you to like sit down and concentrate and absorb all the information that they're giving to you. And I do that better with like if I'm like reading huge chunks of the book. And that for me usually happens over the weekend because I have a lot of time to like sit and read for about an hour to 2 hours, whereas during the week, I'm probably getting like a 15-minute here, a 30-minute there, and it's not enough time. So, this is why, for those who are there in the morning, will know I'm switching it up, but I am still going to continue with the Mad Women's Ball during the week since it's more of a contemporary book and that doesn't need too much of my concentration. But when it comes to fantasies, I feel like it's better if I read huge chunks of the book in one sitting. Yeah, it's a horror. Jones is a big fan of slasher movies, and this is a slasher book. Lots of references to horror movies in it. Sure. I don't read horror anymore, but I do like thrillers. And it's funny because when I got into reading, the series that got me actually into reading is Goosebumps by R.L. Stein. Those were my absolute favorites, and those were horror. But right now, as an adult, for some reason, I don't want to touch horror at all. I'm okay with thrillers, but I don't know how I feel about slashes. I don't even watch horror movies anymore, and those used to be my favorite. But yeah, maybe it's growing up and thinking too much, and what you see becomes what you dream, and I don't like to be scared anymore. I'm going to be reading my current read of Women in Salt by Gabriela Garcia. Okay, I really want to read this book. Okay? I'm hearing a lot of people say good things about it. So I'm really looking forward to picking it up one day. Let me just minimize some windows here. So the plan is for me to do 40-minute sprints. That seems to work really well for me. And in about 40 minutes, I get to read just over 20 pages because I'm a slow reader. So I feel more accomplished when I do that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 40-minute sprints. And I think I'll probably do 3 sprints. I'll see if I'm going to keep the last one to 40 minutes as well, because that's going to be probably after 8 o'clock. But yeah, I'm probably going to sprint until about 8:30 or so. And then we'll call it a night. Oh, yes, Goosebumps, the classic. I get that I took a break from horror movies too. What you see becomes what you dream. Definitely. That's why I took a break. For whatever reason, books I'm okay with. Yeah, I don't, for me, I think now that I got back into reading, I haven't actually tried reading a horror before to see if I'll dream about anything I read. But I know if I watch a movie, I definitely do dream what I saw. But I haven't tried it with horror, and I don't think I'm ready. I think I'm just gonna continue with thrillers and see how that goes. Hi, Simole. Thank you again for joining us. What are you reading this evening? I'm just gonna set up my timer in the meantime. Uh, where is it? Okay, I'm gonna share my second screen with my timer. For whoever just joined, I was just saying that I'm gonna do 40-minute sprints, and after the sprint, I'll take about a 5 to 10 minute break to go through the comments and see how everybody's doing with their reads. And then we do another 40 minutes and so on. Okay, Simola's still reading The Gilded Ones. She was reading it in the morning as well, making slow progress, but we'll get there. Definitely. Let's hope that these sprints are going to help everybody make a dent in these in your TBRs. This was part of my weekend TBR, and I only finished one book. I had 3 books that I planned on getting through. Well, I wanted to at least finish 2, but I only finished 1 and kind of started 2 of them. So I'm going to be pairing this book with an audiobook, which I should actually go and find right now. I'm using Script to listen to the audiobook. I downloaded earlier today. By the way, I have a link to free subscription to Script in my, well, if you go to any of my YouTube videos, it's linked somewhere down below. I think I'll try and link it to my live stream as well when it's done. If any of you is interested, where am I? Oh Lord, I didn't even download it. I thought I downloaded it. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly do that. Okay, it's definitely in my saved section of Script, but I actually never downloaded it, but it's fine. I'll just stream it anyway. So my favorite author of the thriller books is Sebastian Fitzek. This man is amazing. I'm gonna check him out. Let's see. I'm back on Goodreads because you guys are coming through with recommendations. So I'm here searching for everybody. Let's see. It seems though that they write books in a language that I cannot read them. No, they don't have any translated works. Okay, that's a bummer for me. Let's see. Emare says, Darula, I will have a look. Oh, I'll have to look his books up. I haven't heard of him before. As far as I can see, I think he writes. What language is this? I have no idea what language this is. I'd be lying to you guys. It's definitely not English, but I don't know if maybe some of his work is translated. Might be. So it will be good to check it out. Okay, he's a German author. Yep. But his books is translated. Okay. That's great. So I'm definitely gonna let me follow him on Goodreads, and then I can come back and find his books again. Wonderful. Okay, so his books are on Amazon. Thank you, Sterula, for that recommendation. I'll definitely be checking it out as well. I'm always looking for some good thrillers to get into. Okay, so I'm going to start our first sprint. and catch up with you guys in under 40 minutes. How did everybody do? I read 26 pages. Um, by the way, I'm reading A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. For whoever joined us, I saw there's a couple of people that joined us. Welcome to the live stream. Just gonna quickly go through the comments. Hi, Olivia. Olivia is asking what everybody's reading. I'm reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is my very first time reading a Sarah J. Maas book. I know that she's written a whole bunch of books before, but I didn't really have the time to like go back in time and read everything else. I'm like starting with this series, and probably after that, I'm gonna move on to Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, because I do have that book. But yeah, um, so far it's okay. The writing style is easy enough to follow. I am pairing it with an audiobook, so it's going by quick for me. I have a little experience of Nesta, and I see why everybody does not like her because she's such a spoiled brat. But anyway, I like Feyre so far. It seems like the book is probably told from her perspective of things. So, yeah, so far so good. I'm on page 26. How did everybody do? Hi, Olivia. Olivia is asking what everybody's doing. Welcome to my sprint, Olivia. Hello, Thrifty Simplicity. I'm reading Crucial Conversations, Talking When Stakes Are High, and Opal. Okay, that sounds like a nonfiction. My highest opinion says they're reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I still don't have that book, and I still want to read that book, but I want a nice copy of that book. So even when I see it in my local bookstore, I haven't been buying it because I really want a pretty copy and I want a hardcover. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get one from Book Depository. I think there's a new cover that's releasing in October. I don't remember, but yeah, I really want to read the book. A lot of people have said really great things about Addie LaRue. Starula is reading a Greek fantasy book by a Greek author. And you've read 27 pages and made some a salad for dinner. Yum. Hello, Danielle. Came in late. Only read a little bit of Toxic Lover by Carrie Job. That's okay, Danielle. That was only the first sprint. So we're gonna do a second sprint soon enough. So I'm doing about 40 minutes of sprinting and about a 5 to 10 minute break while I go through the comments. But usually, if there isn't a lot of comments to go through, then I quickly jump back into sprints again because I don't like to just sit around and do nothing and wait for nothing. But yeah, I'm on page 26. I am reading along with the audiobook on script, and I'm also having some oolong tea that I should probably top up. But yeah, let's see. Um, is your book a romance book, Danielle? It seems like it. Well, I'm assuming it's a romance. Okay, Emery says I got distracted, so only read a couple of pages. My husband is currently streaming on Twitch, so I was watching him and some of his friends play games. Okay, cool. I don't know what Twitch is, But from your last sentence, I'm going to assume that maybe it's a gaming social media platform. I'm taking a wild guess. But yeah, that's cool. I spent 3 hours today playing games on PlayStation, so I get that. And when you're busy playing, time goes by so quickly and you don't realize how much time has gone by. So I get that. What game does he play, by the way? I was playing Borderlands 3, if you're interested. Hello, Annette, and welcome. You're saying it's your first time here. You're reading The House in the Cerulean Sea. That is one of the books that I really, really want to read. Struggle to get that book in South Africa. Everywhere I see it, like I have to order it online, and it always says about 30 to 40 working days, and it's stressing me out. I'm that kind of shopper who likes their stuff right now. I get freaked out when I have to buy something and it takes more than a week to get to me. It freaks me out. I don't like it. It gives me too much anxiety. I'm always checking and refreshing delivery dates, and it's too much stress. But I really, really want to read The House in the Cerulean Sea. And I saw that there's also a new book that got released recently by TJ Klune. Um, Let me just see what the title of that book is. Something about a door. Oh, what is it called? Under the Whispering Door. It seems like, and it's got really good ratings on Goodreads. So that book was published on the 21st of September, so actually a couple of days ago. But it looks it looks really cool. Well, I like the cover, and I like middle grade books a lot. And to me, this looks like a middle grade, and it's kind of giving me the same vibes as The House with the Chicken Legs, which I really enjoyed. So I'm really looking forward to this book by TJ Klune. It looks really good. I definitely want to read it, and I definitely want to read The House on the Cerulean Sea because I have not read that yet. I don't own the book either. Okay, so it's a streaming website that is typically for video game streaming. If I was good at if I was good at gaming, I'd probably do that. But I'm not so great. I do enjoy it, but I'm not so great at it. So he's playing Platoon 2 on Nintendo Switch, but he was doing speed runs on the PlayStation 4 of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I don't think I understand any of those words that you said, but I do recognize Nintendo Switch and I do recognize Spider-Man. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, so the author reached out to Danielle and asked if they would review the book. It was free on Kindle Unlimited. It's on 29%, and it's a romance. I really struggle with ebooks. I tried reading ebooks, but it's a real struggle for me. My eyes get tired, I get headaches, so I stay away from ebooks as far as possible. But I am really enjoying audiobooks right now. But I did realize that um, if I have to listen to an audiobook without having the physical book, then it has to be a contemporary. I cannot do audiobooks of fantasy books without having the physical book to follow with or follow along with because I get confused. I get confused with everybody's names because usually they're not typical names and all these places that everybody's from and their countries, and it gets confusing. So, contemporary and especially romance, I love listening to audiobooks of, and I can do that without having the physical copy. But when it comes to fantasies, which is quickly becoming my favorite genre and the genre that I read the most. I cannot do it without the physical book, but I always prefer to have the audiobook to accompany the physical book. I hope those words were not confusing. Yes, Danielle, are you liking the book so far? The thumbnail for this live. Oh, thank you so much. Um, I can't take credit for all the graphics that's there because I borrowed from here and there, from Google and from Canva to put things together. But thank you. I really like it. I think it's really cute and kind of embodies my channel anyway. So Danielle says, not really, and I feel bad because my review at this point will be good, but I hope it gets better. That is actually always a bit difficult. And me and a group of other bookstagrammers were having a conversation the other day about local authors in South Africa and how some of the authors, the writing is not that great, and how I personally believe that the authors can benefit from a more of a brutally honest review, because I feel like as an author, if you're looking for people to review your books, you should take the good and the bad and learn from both and see how you can improve your writing. But I know that it is difficult to kind of give a bad review, especially for a new upcoming author, because essentially that could also make or break their careers. But I feel like we are willing to give people second chances if they're willing to learn and do better, because I'm also don't want to spend my money on a book that's not good. And I'm not going to say that a book is good when it's not. I'm sorry. But yeah, I try to, well, I'm always honest with my reviews, but I try to always be kind, even with my bad reviews. I'll always say that if I didn't like it, I would say my reasons for not liking it and possibly what could have been better. Or if it was just maybe the genre, the storyline, I'd flat out say that it wasn't for me. It was just not the genre for me. I was not the target audience. Oh, dang it. That's why I stopped accepting books from authors. I had a really bad experience and ended up not even posting the review. See, that's because that's the thing. That's the bad thing. Because you don't want to give them a bad review, but then also not giving them a review at the same time. I don't know how that affects their sales and all of that. But it's kind of a tricky situation. I feel like when a publisher sends you a book to review, they will maybe ask for an honest review, and they have a lot of books that they're publishing. So I don't know if how hectic how it affects them to get a bad or negative review. But if an author is sending you the book, it's like they counting every good review that's out there. So yeah, it's a very tricky situation. I missed the first sprint, but I'm here for the second one. My notebook keeps going on and off, but I'm here reading and listening to the audiobook. Okay, I'm glad you're here. I'm happy to have you here. I'm going to start the next sprint soon. All right. Yeah, it is definitely a hard situation to maneuver, and I don't know what the right answer is. But yeah, I'm still gonna give my honest reviews. I'll do my best to be nice about it. I'm not gonna be rude or mean about it, but also just understand my review. Not everybody's gonna like the book, and not everybody is your target market. So yeah. Um, with that said, I am gonna start the timer for 40 minutes. Let me just see the last comment. Okay, Danielle says that this is the first book and it has a 3.4 rating on Goodreads. 3.4 is not so bad. 3.4 is not so bad. So maybe there's hope. Maybe it's one of those books that starts off really slow, but then it picks up somewhere in the middle and towards the end. So I'm hoping that it gets better for you. All right, so I'm gonna start the timer again for another 40 minutes. Here you go. Everybody have a good Hello. Uh, how did everybody do? I read 29 pages. I read 29 pages. How did everybody else do? Let me just go through the comments. Oh, Mara says, oh my gosh. Hi, finally I found a reading sprint so I can get motivated. Well, I don't even know the owner of this channel, but it is what it is. Well, my name is Charity, and I have a Bookstagram account called Booked on Charity, and my booktube is also called Booked on Charity. I do book reviews and book related content, and I myself like joining other people's reading sprints. It helps me be productive when it comes to my reading. So I decided to do my own. Okay, MRA has to go. I hope everyone has a great time reading. Thank you for hosting these sprints. It is my pleasure, MRA. We'll see you soon. How's everybody's reading going? Are we enjoying our books? I think I'm enjoying mine so far. Like I said, the writing style is really nice. I like Farah. She's really strong and she's a bit funny without trying to be funny. And we've had our first encounters with the Fae, but I don't know where the story is going. By the way, I have not read the synopsis for this book, so I have no idea what it's about. I know that a lot of people like this series, but I honestly have no idea. And I know a lot of people don't like Nesta. And apparently, in the last book, the author tried to redeem Nesta. I have no idea, but I don't like Nesta. She's really spoiled and she's mean. So, yeah, I'm currently on page 55 and hoping to, let's see, I actually hope to get to page 100 before I sleep today. It's probably not going to be during these sprints because I think I'm going to do final sprint now and finish preparing for my week and yeah, see how it goes. I read 10% more and the main character is starting to annoy me. Oh no. I don't like cheating stories, which is probably why I'm not liking it so much. I also don't like the cheating trope. When it comes to romances, they upset me. They upset me. I feel like there's never a good reason to cheat. If you don't like the person you're with, just leave. Like, there's really never a good enough reason to cheat. So I also don't like the cheating trope when it comes to romances. I can handle all the other tropes, but yeah, I don't like it. The person who cheats is never redeemable to me in the book. Going to go as well. I round up about 20%, so I'll be finishing my book tonight or early AMs if I don't fall asleep. Thanks, Charity, for this. I really appreciate it. It's my pleasure, Umpile. I hope you have a great evening. Danielle says, I listened to the audiobook of A Court of Thorns and Roses last year and I really enjoyed it. I am enjoying the audiobook. I really like the narrator. So far, so good. I'm enjoying it. Let's see. Okay. I don't think I'm going to take a huge break right now. I think I actually want to jump straight back in. It's currently 7:56 p.m. this side. I'm thinking of maybe doing. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at 40 minutes. It's okay. I listened to about half of Opal. Oh, I don't actually know Opal. Let's see what it is on Goodreads. Opal. Oh, it's by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Okay, I've never heard of this one. Well, I think. Well, is it the one by Jennifer L. Armentrout? Because there's also um, a book called Opal that's from the Raven Cycle by Maggie Stief Vader. I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly. And there's also Opal by Lorraine Snelling from the Dakota Treasures. So I don't know. Who's the author of Opal? Okay, so it's by Maggie Stief Vader. Okay. So it's part of the Raven Cycle. I actually haven't read the Raven Cycle yet, but I do want to read it. I do want to read it. It's on my TBR on Goodreads. Well, the main books are on my TBR because I see this is kind of like one of those in betweens. The Raven Cycle number 4.5. Okay. Yeah, I still want to get into this series. I haven't read anything from Maggie, but I've heard a lot of great reviews about the Raven Cycle. So I'm looking forward to reading it one day. Okay. I think I'm actually going to start the next reading sprint now because I also have to like go after this reading sprint. So I'm just going to do that now and not waste any more time. Hope y'all don't mind. Okay, last one. Let's work on these books. Let's see how far we can get. Okay, that was the end of the last sprint. I managed to read an extra 30 pages. So I'm now on page 85. Not bad. How did everybody do? This is my final sprint, so I'm actually gonna stop the broadcast soon. I just want to see if there's gonna be any comments before I close off the sprints. Um, Hi, Miss Denise Peace. Welcome to my sprint. I hope you managed to read a bit in the last sprint. I am liking it so far. There hasn't been any action yet. Um, just a little bit of banter between Farah and Tamlin, and I'm already suspecting a romance probably between the two of them. What I don't understand is how Tamlin brought her to the fairylands. What do they call it? Prithian, as punishment for killing one of his friends, but she's not really getting punished. She's instead coming to live in luxury. That makes no sense. There's no punishment there. So I don't understand that point of the story. But anyhow, um, so far so good. Um, I think I'm somewhere in between chapter 9, so I'm gonna finish it off so that I'm like I don't want to stop like in the middle of a chapter. So I'm gonna finish it off and um, sort out a few things for the week, and yeah, maybe continue reading it tomorrow. But so far so good. The writing style is good. I'm enjoying the audiobook as well. The story hasn't gone really that far yet, but we'll see how it goes. It's my pleasure. Thank you for joining. I rate 7% more, and I'm frustrated that the main character doesn't do anything yet about the cheating boyfriend. Why are these cheating tropes mostly the same? It's like cheating, and then it's like you must understand why the person cheated, and then you must forgive, and then live happily ever after. Nah, bruh, doesn't work. I've been here for a bit, been working on a reel for Instagram. Oh, let me actually check out your page while we're here. Let's see. I'm not sure if your page is the same as what your name is. I'm gonna try and search. But otherwise, if it's different, you can just leave your Instagram handle and give you a follow. Maybe everybody in here can give you a follow. Yeah, it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast deal. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting. I'm kind of getting a Beauty and the Beast trope going here. Um, but still, it's like she's brought to this castle, but she's not even made to work or anything. At least the Beauty and the Beast did some work to kind of like pay her way. But Fairy is just living nice, and the whole time she's just thinking about her escape to go back to people who did not care for her, who used her, who was so spoiled. She's the youngest, but she had to take care of absolutely everybody, and they didn't even appreciate it. So Like screw all of them. But yeah, I don't get where the punishment is. She's just living like a princess right now. But yeah, we'll see where the story goes. Thanks for hosting. I only have a bit left to finish off now. I hope you get it done. I hope you're enjoying your book. Thanks for this. I needed the motivation to read the book. It's my pleasure. I really hope it gets better. I really hope it gets better. On Insta is Mightier Than the Sword. Okay, let's search that. Um, Mightier Than the Sword. Okay. All right, I just followed you. And if everybody could just pop onto their Bookstagram if they have and just follow Miss Denny, I think that would be great. She's a Bookstagram as well. I see a lot of bookish posts. So, yeah, I just followed you back. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining my sprints. I hope that all of you made a big improvement in your reading. I definitely did. I don't think I would have gotten to page 85 without these sprints because number one, I'm a slow reader, and number two, I'm easily distracted. So this really helps me focus and get my reading done. So I feel really good. It's been a productive reading sprint and reading day. This is actually my second reading sprint for the day because I did a set of reading sprints in the morning. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Hope you do some again soon. Thank you. Have a lovely evening as well. So I think probably my next reading sprint will be when? It's not gonna be next week Sunday because I'm not gonna be home. I'll still be on site. I'll be working. I'm traveling tomorrow for work and I'm only back on the 5th of October. So probably the next reading sprints will be on the 10th of October if I'm going nowhere. But yeah, yes, sprints are so motivating. Totally agree. But if you guys are not following me on my Bookstagram, please go check it out. I do try often to notify my followers there when I'm having reading sprints, and I also try to book them in advance so that they are on my YouTube channel, and you can see when the next sprint is going to be and do a reminder. So, yeah. Thank you again for joining, and I hope everybody has a good evening, day, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.